Hi everybody, I am Sigafredo Gonzalez. I'm study engineering industrial and University of Instituto Tecnológico de Tijuana. Okay, proseguimos. For Unit 2, Skill and Basic Concepts. Express the indicate degree of likelihood as a probability between 0 and 1.5. Lottery and in one of the games of Institute Lottery of the State of Nueva York. Says that the odds of winning are 4 at 21. As simple, we have the 5 and 21. Next, 21 Senate of United States and the CX Congress of the United States consisted of 84 senators and 16 senators. If a senator is elected randomly, what is the probability of choosing a woman? This probability would match the claim that men and women have the same probability of being selected senators. 84% men and women 16. Probability is 0.16, no longer reference to the 0.50 probability, and this is 0.14. Next, consider an event is unusual if the probability of occurring is less than or equal to 0.05. 25. Divination of dates of birth of their first date. Kelly asks Mike to guess your date of birth, omitting the year. A. What is the probability that Mike guessed correctly in order 11 years? 1 enter 365 probability. B. Will it be unusual he say with success on the first attempt? Yes. C. If you were Kelly and Mike know correctly on this first attempt, will you believe that he had a stroke of luck? Will or have the security that he already knew the date of in which you were born? Will you already have investigated it? D. If Kelly asked Mike to guess her age and the response from Mike is he guessed for 15 years, what is the probability that Mike and Kelly have a second appointment? 0% probability. Next. 4 and 3. 7. Select a render Corvette for a Chevrolet assembly line and choose a vehicle with no defects. Select randomly a Corvette of the Chevrolet assembly line. Choose a vehicle with a flat battery. Disjoint. 14. Blinded to color women have a rate of 25% of blindness with the colors red and green. If you choose a woman random, what is the probability that no have blindness with the colors red and green? Suggestion. Consider that the decimal equivalent of 0.25% is 0.0025, not 0.25. Consider we have 0.9975. Why? Well, I have using the form the complementary events. We have a one less the 0.25%. It's we have 0.0025%. Remember, one event represents one unit, and the problem asks for the probability the have blends with the colors red and green, and the result is 0.9975. Next, use the results of the test on panel THC for the consumption of marijuana, which was provided by the company drug test success. 24 of the 143 subjects with positive test results are false positive. 3 of 157 negative results are false negative. 33 tests for marijuana consumption. A. How many subjects are included in the study? 300. B. How many subjects were not consumed marijuana? 108. C. What is the probability that a random select subject does not consume marijuana? It's very simple. We have 178 up the 300. It's equal point 519.3. Next. 5. Choose randomly a viewer. It's watching Saturday Night Live. Choose random, and second viewer is seeing Saturday Night Live. It's an event independent. Groups of groups, blood groups, and tip if they are select a random 3 of 100 subjects. Calculate the probability that all are group B and RH type A. Suppose that the selection are made with replacement. We have egg, egg and 104 7 up the 99 4 6 up the 19 8 equal up 0.00035. It's very simple. We have use and no replacement. Next, B. Suppose that the selection are performed without replacement. We have egg up the 100 for egg up the 100 for egg up to 100 equal up 0.000512. Next, 24. Identification of the voice of criminal in a legal case and rival hate, New York. 9 different forms crimes victims heard recording of the voice of the 5 different men, and the 9 victims identified the same voice as the criminal. If a voice identification had been made at random, calculate the probability that the 9 victims would select the same persons. Is a reason to debate this. Simple. We have 5 subjects and we find a 1 subject. We have 1 of the 5 elevate 9 for the victims equal point 512. Duly, 9 victims ascertain the same person I get think suspicious. Next, test of the steroids when 15 players of the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team a steroids test had less one positive. None, none is positive. Risks, risk, risks of credit score. FICO Fire Isaac and Company is used to qualify for credits. There is a fee of 1% of crime among consumers that have a score greater than 80 FICO. If you choose random for consumers with a score greater than 18 FICO, calculate the probability that the lessest one of the 10 to become delinquent. Okay, we have probably the we find the probably 1% the consumers. We have the probably it equal the point 19 no point 99 elevate at 4 equal 0.9605. Well, I'm resume it and calculate and one less the result less less the point 9605 equal and the result is 0.0395. 24 fraternal twins after undergoing ultrasound, a pregnant woman learns that she will have twins. What is the probability of the half fraternal twins? To have the three. Two thirds. B. After study ultrasound with granted the time, the doctor announces to the pregnant woman that twins include a boy and girl. What is the probability of half fraternal twins? The probability is 50%. It's for the reason we have one woman and one man. Three. Simulate of student birthday wishes to carry out the simulation described in the example 2. As you done, have a calculator or a computer using 365 individual cards to write down numbers between 1 and the 365. Then student steer cards select one and record the result. Then again, to incorporate this card, shuffle them all and choose a second. The process is repeated until you get 25 birthday dates. This simulation behaves in the same way that the process to select 25 people and register your birthday date. Why? Yes, each of the 365 minutes has the same probability of the begin. Choose the cards are returning, so it is possible to choose the same birds more than once. Lefties. 10% of the people are left-handed. In a study of skill, select 25 people randomly. Describe a procedure in which a computer program is used, or a T83 84 plus calculator to simulation the random select of 25 people. Each of the 15 dates must indicate on the of the following two results. 1. The subject is left-handed. 2. The subject is not lefty. Okay, we have the go to cow dates, aleatory dates, and enter. Okay, this point you put 15, and remember that we have one subject, it's 1 and 2. Accept. Okay, remember. Okay, accept. We have these dates, 15 dates in the persons. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So 7 choose subject is left-handed, and 8 the subject is no lefty. Simulation of birthdays. Develop a simulate to calculate the probability that if you select 50 peoples at random, let's say to have the same birthday dates, describe the simulation and estimate the probability. Okay, we have one of the 365 elevate to a 2 equal 7.50 cent for 10 elevate at the 6. Okay, for go to result is go to cow. Similarly, answer the last problem. Answer. We find 365 and this point. For the dates, I have this part. Oh, sorry, it's 50. The one on 365 accept, and the time is you can find the similarity, but we find the probability it's this. Okay, and the B develop a simulation to calculate the probability of select 50 people and randomly. We have some better that describe the simulation and estimate the probability. It's remember we have the you can do the similarity operation, but for calculate it's 1 of the 365 elevate at 3 for the at the last 3 equal. We have the result of the 2.005 every 4 10 elevate to 8. Next, to combination of typical combination padlock use 3 numbers between 0 and 49, which must be selected in this correct sequence. Considering the way this look work is the name of combination correct. Why? It's written well, but if you want to open the padlock, must be used numbers. Virginia Lottery, Virginia Win Game Lottery for Life requires is to choose the correct 6 numbers from 1 to 42. Calculate the number of possible combinations evaluating 42C6. Okay, you need go to Main tab, go to calculate, and find an combination. You put and find 2 dates almacenate. I'm select C11, and this point you need point the 42 didn't 6. Remember the problem. We have the result. The result of it's 52, 45, 78, and 6. It's the result. Okay, this next 70. Identify the left with identify the depth social security numbers of 10 start when someone discovers the 9 digits in the person's social security numbers of or your credit card number. Answer the following and express the probabilities in fractions. What is the probability of random generate 9 digits and get your social security number? Okay. Hey, what is the probability of random generating 9 digits and get your social security number? It's simple, and it's 1 up the 1 million the results probability. B. Previously, many teachers published of the score of the with the last 4 digits of the social security number of the students. If anyone know last 4 digits of the social security from you, what is the probability of that when generate random other digits get you full number? Is it cause for concern? B. Presently, many teachers publish the scores along with the last 4 digits of the social security of the student. If you anyone know the last 4 digits of the social security from you, what is the probability of that when generate random other digits get you full number? Is it cause for concern? We have the probability 1 of the 10 millions. Independent owner of the new home smoke alarms installed and smoke detector powered by the electric system of the dwelling. The individual thinks that they can achieve that smoke detectors operate independently when connected to a circuit separate inside of the house. Will smoke detectors be really independent? Why? No, because the house it has a single light source. 3. Probability of the according to data from the FB, the 12.7% of the burglaries are clarified with the arrest. A new detective is assigned to 2 different cases of them and think that the probability of both is 0.127 for 0.127 equal 0.0161. It's your recent correct? Why? No, because it's the may be that a case is consequent of another that has to do with the same killer. Prediction of columnist for the daily news of the New York Daily Lottery results wrote about the selection of lottery numbers and said that some numbers are more likely to be winners because they have not been chosen, but as they should, so they are left behind. Is this reason correct? Why? In this case, is the principle of probability relevant? Rated that because the applies the principles of independence according to the symbol of lottery numbers. Probability distributions on of the requirements of probability distribution is the sum of the probabilities must be 1. A small amount of variance permitted be rounding errors. What is the justification for this requirement? Any event that occurred in the sample space will give the sample space with a value of 1. Next, genetic disorder. 3 men have a genetic discordant associated with the X chromosome, and each one beget a son. The random variable X in the number of sons of 3 men will inherit the genetic discordant linked to chromosome X. We have the table. Well, resolve this. We can go to main tab. We have the states and go to for this we can go to main tab, graphics, histogram, choose. I have the dates on the C3s, accept, and displayed with MIDI of 0.25. We have a distribution stand with 0.1443. Okay. Next. 10 colors. 10 colors. 10 eyes color are selected at random groups of 5 babies. In each group of the random variables, X is the number of babies with green eyes. According to data from study conducted by Dr. Sorita Soni at Indiana University, the symbol 0 must denotes a positive value of probability which is very small. Well, we have this table. We can go to main tab and graphic. Select the column for the dates and accept. You have MIDI of 0.1667 with this stand distribution of the point 0.2243. Okay. Okay, that's survey of government. Select random 15 governance of the 50 governance current is in office and record the sex of each. It is not binomial, is not the percent of probability of success, and there is no way to determine the sex of the governments. Next, color of eyes. And the United States, 40% of the population have brown eyes, according to data from the study conducted by Dr. Sorita Soni and the Indiana University. If 14 people are selected at random. Calculate the probability that the 12 have brown eggs. It's unusual. Random 14 people and found that the less 12 of the have brown eggs. Why? Okay, for obtain this result, go to cal distribution probability binomial probability size. It's 14 probability. It's 40%. Leading 4, and we find that 12 set is the result. We have the result with this, but it is unusual because the probability is very low, at less than 0.05. Consumers with the credit ratings credit score FICO Fire Isaac and Company over 800 to have a 1% delinquency rate. If Jefferson Valley Bank provides large loans to 12 people with score greater than 800 FICO, it's the probability that the last one of the attempt to become delinquent based on that probability must the bank to plan to deal with crime. Okay. For to get this result, you need to go to mini tab, cal distribution probability binomial with 12 probability 0.01 and constant trade 1 set and take it that result. Next, evidence of drug and analysis on the TCH1 panel test run for marijuana consumption are subject test 300 subjects, and the likelihood of a positive result is 0.48. So n 300 and p equal 0.14. Calculate the average medium in standard deviation and additional use the rule of thumb of every deviation to calculate the common minimum value and common maximum value. Okay, for calculate this we need using these forms, and consequently is obtained medium equal 144 and distribution stand equal 6, and we have obtained this medium and distribution. We continue calculate with these forms and time 115 and minimum value is 138. Next, seniority elder of users today says that most the people remains in the first job less than 2 years. Either The header is based off the survey B experience com 320 college graduates of the individual survey. 78% remain in the first full-time job less than 2 years. A. Assuming that the true percent of graduates will remain in their first job less than 2 years is 50%, calculate the mean and standard deviation for the number of students graduates in 320 graduates random select group. We remember when the forms we obtain medium 160 and distribution stand equal to 9.8. B. Assuming the rate of 50% of the suggestion is correct, calculate the range of the common values for the numbers of graduates from total of 320 which remains in their first job less than 2 years. The percent is 142 177. In this case, 78. C. Calculate the actual number of graduate survey who remain in the first job less than 2 years using rank of values subparagraph B. To determine where that number is unusual, the result suggests that the header is not justified 250 and the header should this justified. The following statement was raised is part of the description survey methods using former students who have choose to receive communication from experience were invited to participate in the online survey and 320 complete the survey. What does this statement about the results suggest? That is inappropriate since the survey is voluntary response. Use the table A1 to calculate probability of success. Give the probability of the success and give trial. Using this table, we need find the n14 and x equal 4 and p equal to 0.6. As the table have in the value of 0.014. Next, Poisson distribution, and proceed to use the give average to calculate the indicate probability egg. Yes, equal one puts of 6. Calculate the p0 as the probability is 0 does not apply. 9. Deaths from motor vehicle in New York business country as registered an average of 35.4 deaths by motor vehicles each year. A. Calculate the average number of deaths per day. Okay, we for obtain this dividing by 365 midis gives us a total of, of the 0.0969. It's the medium we obtain. And the B, case B. Calculate the probability that on any given day has more than 2 deaths for motor vehicles. It's simple. It's obtain this. Go to min tab. Calc distribution the probability Poisson. You need put the media we obtain and put the constant 2 deaths. You can put okay, and this resulted. We obtain the resultant probability of 2 deaths. It's unusual the more that 2 deaths be motor vehicles on the same day. Why? Well, we'll see this is for 2 deaths of D, and this probability is very low. Low birth weight is considered that a newborn baby is underweight if you weigh less than 2500 grams. These babies often require additional help. New York, Dutch country, have registered an average of 210 cases of low birth weight infants each year. Calculate the average number of babies weight born underweight each day. Okay, for this we need divided and the 210 cases divided of the 365 the dates of the years, and we have the one probability very low. When this result does not match, it will be approximately every 2 days. As B, calculate the probability that on any given day more than 1 baby with low weight born. The probability is 0.0930. We obtain this probability. It's for obtain this is a calc distribution probability Poisson. We have the probability true cases. We have the obtain. Okay, we this immediately obtained of the DVD of the days of years is 0.5754 and put the constant on trade 1 baby. Concept is it 0.300 was okay. With some we find how more babies as the probability is 0.0930221, and the C, it's unusual that baby is born more than the one with low weight on 1 day. Why? It is approximately every 2 days. Will be to note the reason, but is still unusual for 1 day. In the exercise 9 to just calculate the area on the standard regions graphic describe a standard normal distribution with mean equal to 0 and standard deviation equal to 1. Okay, well, obtain these values you need to go to tab and calculate distribution probability and well, we obtain this is go to tab, cal, distribution, normal, put remember medi of 0 and the standard 1 and the value of the graphic is 0.75 accept and this obtain the value. Okay, but this next is minus calc distribution normal this value accept this obtain the value. Well, for time this and the next with this graph and this graph. Well, we need go to calc distribution normal and columns and traits. We put I have the values of this and this sequence. See 15, 12 and accept. We obtain these values. Well, we need take the result of the rest. We obtain this value. See, and this. Okay, let's well, for doing most very simple, we can take this values of put there on the mini tab. So it's this monitor, this form. Okay, we going to calc distribution minimal normal, put the thing, select the probability accumulated inverse and made of 0, distribution standard 1, column and try set to 1 as the number of the column and accept and show this value. Okay, so this obtain this result. Next, the graphics represent the score of CEA of adults, which are distributed in the normal manner with the mean of 100 and standard deviation of 15 and the Wechsler test. Well, okay, for doing most simply is obtain these numbers of put there on the mini tab and go to calc distribution normal and put mini 100 distribution standard 15 and dates of entrance and accept. Obtain the results bad and 90 and 115. This take a result of the rest and the next on the rest again. We obtain this 5 equal to 0.9087 and 6 equal to 0.09 7 equal to 0.5888 and 8 equal to 0.6997. On the next, it's similar. It's midi 100 distribution standard 15 and obtain the values. Okay, type the values, go to min tab, and min tab, distribution probability normal, and select probability accumulated inverse, take the MIDI 100, distribution standard 15, and values of column. This, remember, this part recording work with 0.8, but we need to work with this part of the graphic, and then the graphic equal to 1, and take the rest. It result 0.2. The results with point this part. Take a set, and this arrowhead. This results with this. Okay. Next, good thing. You want to estimate the proportion of all American college students who have great wisdom to take a statistics course. To do this, you get a simple random sample of students from the University of New York. Is the resultant sample proportion a good estimate of proportion of the population? Why? It is a small part of the student's population and could not be estimated accurately. Next, Kill present sample distribution of the middle for use United States President where Kill will they were is in office, age in years at the time of his murder are 56, Lincoln 49, Garfield 58, McKinney, and 46, Kennedy. A. Assuming they are select random and with replacement 2 of the age, describe the different possible samples. We obtain these results with the combinations. B. Calculate the average of the all samples, then its summaries and sample distribution of means, and the table represent the probability distribution. Use a form similar on the one in the table 665, page 283. Well, we have the result is 16, and we find similarities, the similarities results and the parents. We obtain this graphic of probability. C. Compare the population mean with the average. The average is simple. The average population is 52 and 25, and the average of the middle sample is also 52 and 25. D. The average sample match the value of the population mean. In general, the average sample are good estimation of the population means. Why? The average sample match the population mean. The average sample are good estimation of the population means because they match the value of the population mean rather than underestimate it. The overestimate it then a systematic way. 18. Birds. Sample distribution of the population when 3 birds. The sample space are selected at random is HHH, HHM, HMH, HMM, MAH, MHM, MHM, and MMM. Suppose that the egg results are equally and describe the sample distribution of the proportions of girls in the three birds using a probability distribution table. Is the average of the sample proportion equal to the proportion of girls in three birds? No, the average is 0.25. Why? We need to take the groups of time, the two girls or two men. Let's take the three birds and count and 0 and recommend it and put on there, and we see of the table. Okay. It's much simple if you select sample of size n equal to and population with mean and standard deviation and all. What document must admit to suppose that the distribution of the sample mean is normal? Have a medium and a deflection to make it a normal distribution. Blood pressures, systolic blood pressure and millimeters of Hg of women between 18 and 24 years is distribution normal with an average 114.8 and a standard deviation of 31.1. According to data from the National Health Survey, hypertension is often defined as one systolic pressure greater than 140. A. Usually random to a woman aged between 18 and 24 years. Calculate the probability that your systolic pressure is greater than 140. Well, if select random to a woman, I get between 18 and 24 years. Calculate the probability of your systematic pressure is greater than 140. Well, for obtaining this, we go to the tab, distribution normal, and select the set probability and medium 114.8 and decision standard 3.1 and the constant we one woman and accept we obtain 0. And the B if woman select a random calculate probability average systolic pressure. Okay, it's the one for woman. Again, distribution normal and 1.4 accept 0. But don't worry about for this very low probability. See whereas subparagraph B includes not greater than 30 sample size, why can use it the central limit theorem. It's normal since it's a normal distribution. If a doctor receives a report that size that for women have one medium less than 114 systolic pressure, can you conclude that none of the women is hypertensive blood pressure greater than 114? No, the average can be less than 114 40, while the individual values are greater than 140. Next, a get of entrance, the Boeing 757 200 aircraft carry the 200 passengers, and the entries with acre of the 72 inches. The stature of the men is distributed normal with an average of 69 inches, and the deviation stand 2.8 inches. If you select random to amount passengers, calculate the probability of the passengers through the entrance with the having been over. Well, for obtain this result, suppose the 200 passengers set is obtained the result. B. If half of the 200 passengers are male, calculate the probability that the 100 men's average height is less than 72 inches. Well, go to count distribution. This poison medium 72 consider trends 100 accept. We obtain S circans 01. To consider the comfort as safety of passengers or the probability of subprogram. Why? The probability of the subscription to be is more important, since indicate that the 85.77% men's passenger will not need to cruise. The result of subgraph B gives information about the Brage group of 100 men, but does not give us useful information about the comfort and safety of passenger men. To consider the comfort and safety of passengers, why ignore the women in this case? As meant that the tall, dark woman the thing that's comfort appropriate proportion of men necessary will be adjusted to the younger proportion of women. Proportions on TV Niels median research production series to determine the proportion of household tuned to television programs. Suppose that each week you get a simple random sample difference 50,000 household. If you registered the proportion of household that tuned the program 16 minutes very Sunday during the course of the 2 years, and the proportions are described in Instagram, what will you be approximately what Instagram? Why? The experiment should be approximately normal or bill-shaped, since simple regions tend to approach a normal distribution. Next is survey mail. In example 1, it was noted that the author received B mail survey cruises Viking rivers, which included the request for an email address. As a sample 1, assumed that the survey's format was sent to 40 million people that, and for this type of survey, the percentage of replies with an email address is 3%. If the real objective of the survey was to get a bank of at least 1,300,000 email's address, calculate the probability of getting at the less 1,300,000 responses with email's address. Is it likely that the target segment? It's very simple way, but we you need go to call binomial number answers. You need put the 40 millions probability event as 0.03 and constant trends 1,300,000 and set is take this result up. Everything is the 0.0020. As the probability is very low, it's not likely to achieve the goals of the list. Indicate and determine if the data is distributed in a normal manner or not. Travel space shuttle times in hours. Flight of the shuttle space transport system of NASA as they appear in the data set 10 of the appendix B. I see this is normal. Okay, 18. Comparison of data sets with the levels of systolic blood pressure and the width of the elbow woman. Listed in the data set 1 of the appendix B, the two sets of data to analysis and determine if each one of the seems to come from a population distribution in a normal manner. Compile the results and gives possible expression of for any noticeable difference between the two distributions. Okay, for this we need the that's disease and how get graphic strum. Okay, this is real graphic. Okay, yeah. Now this we have dates and MIDI is different. Standard different, but one form. We see is normal. Yeah. See, is distribution normal? When different the two distributions, anything it's normals. Don't have problem. Distance breaking and sample of the stopping distance if it measures in the start condition of a vehicle accurate TSX Audi A6 BMW 552 5E and Buick Lacrosse. We have these dates and we need graphic. Okay, you need to go to statics, static basics, probable normal. Well, you need the dates on the cell 22 and take a accept. We have the graphic. See the points sometimes, but for now stay on the point MIDI of 0 is for this reason when I obtained the result